Osaragi. What do you mean you couldn't one-shot a nameless character? Why is she still speaking? What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do mean to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact, here we are to do a breakdown, live reaction, and review to chapter 252 of Sakamoto. I wish I could rhyme that last part. Sakamoto Days, which is known as Reason. And I am admittedly a little bit intrigued. Obviously, I get why. I was kidding in the intro. I know why Osaragi didn't just one-shot this lady, because this is her final fight in the series. Right? Like, unless we are really going to do a Giga Jump Fest of every character versus of really nerfed Uzuki now, yeah, this is her final fight. And while it was kind of cool so far, we got to give her something more to do against this bum with a kid. I hope this bum with a kid at least gets a name in the chapter. But regardless, that's why Osaragi didn't just one-shot her. But I'm interested to see how this battle is going to go from here on, especially since, you know, she did just, like, squeeze the woman's throat hard enough that she's hurling up juice. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's hop right into it. Why you? Honestly, congrats on you for speaking, dog. If I suddenly had my entire larynx crush, I couldn't do that. Let's see. Oh, Saragi doesn't even respond. No, not a single eyeball in this shot, bro. Just straight orb. But you know what though? She earned it. Imagine, because the crazy thing is, I'm guessing her body's just adapting to it, because she was like falling over and throwing up by simply breathing in already very distilled poison. Or like, no, it hit her skin, right? She didn't even drink it, because the lady threw it at her, and she was like she was doing that. So for her to drink, not just get splashed in the face, to drink that same infected water, and not just drink a little bit of it, right? Like, do you know how much she had to drink to lower the water level so that she could breathe again? And she had to do it really, really quickly too, or else the woman would have just shoved her further in. So she drank presumably like at least a gallon of water that's poisoned in an instant, and is now just standing around ore farming after ripping out this lady's throat. Well, not ripping out, clearly she's able to speak, but still darn. Osaragi, I'd ore farm too, I don't blame you. Let's see. Drip, ooh, I love that. The drip, 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 the detail in this hand, I see you. Let's see. No way. I mean, it you know what, I always find it funny when characters say no way after that thing that just happened is in fact the way that it just happened, but still. Let's see. No way. How can you still move after drinking that? Wait, nope. I'm getting too high into like the Granny Registry voice. This still is a woman, not an older woman. Let's see. How can you move? How can you still move after drinking so much of that poisoned water? Any normal human would have dropped dead instantly. Oh, interesting. So she doesn't have eyes in this shot either, and it's not just because, you know, they're covered with the shade line. But no, she doesn't have eyes, but then they focus back in, but they're still like cross-hatched and blurry. Intriguing. Let's see. Can she even hear me? Her eyes are unfocused. The poison is clearly working. I can finish her off. Maggot! But like, I don't know. At least to me, there are many times in my life where I've like thrown myself up against a real life brick wall. I'm not talking like in the video game sense, you run into a hard boss, you're like, ah, fine, I'll just redo it, and I'll slam my head against that wall over and over again until I finally kill it. No. I'm talking like real life. I got into an encounter that I clearly misjudged, and then I was like, I clearly misjudged this. It's time to vanish. Like I don't know, man. The second she got up and did that much damage in one instant after drinking poisoned water, I'm not running in to catch her fade. I am, in fact, taking the W. I'm letting the poison do it, if it's even doing it, because clearly it's not effective enough if she's able to drink that much of it. So, shout out to the lady for being brave enough to do this, but I'm not. And if you're wondering, oh, so Pencil, you're telling me if you were playing Gliscor, and then you toxic your opponent, and it was their last mon, and you were on your last mon with Gliscor, you just protect spam if you had it? Yeah. I want to win at the end of the day. I don't care how I win sometimes. But admittedly, I don't like stall teams myself. So you may be like, so wait, isn't that hypocrisy? I don't run stall teams. I run balanced teams. And Gliscor is really good on balanced teams. Alright? I can't help it that Poison Heal Gliscor is broken. I can't help it that they had a physical mon against my impish max 252 HP, 252 Gliscor. It's not my fault. Let's see. Shwoo. Swing. Osaragi. Okay, that's actually, that's really impressive. Okay, so unless I'm reading this wrong, The woman actually gets really, really close here. This is meant to presumably be like the blade about to hit Osaragi. So Osaragi hitting this standing kick with her right, straight to like here, too, like dead on in the neck, hard enough to draw blood. Once again, seemingly blood from the impact point and blood from the woman spitting up blood. This is a crazy level of motion. That means she had to. I'm not doing it because I'm not that flexible, but she had to hit a kick over the. Well, so maybe this is meant to just be like a premonition motion line, because otherwise she would have had to hit a kick. She must have like pivoted on her torso, pulled back, hit a kick, and then just over the upswing of the cleaver arm. Okay, Osaragi. My apologies. I'm somewhat familiar with your game. You fight bums and children. But like, I wasn't familiar with that. All right. Whack. Oh, interesting. So first bit of physical contact did not make Osaragi wake up, or at least regain full focus. But letting a kick straight to this woman's neck was enough to have her be like, what? That was enough to wake her up. Let's see. Ghost. Is she gonna... So, okay, now here's the question. Will she aggro or will she de-aggro when she thinks it's a ghost again? Because we know the only reason she stopped fighting kids was because she de-aggroed. Specifically because she thought she saw a ghost. So let's see what she does here. What? Yes. Oh, you know what? Shout out to the woman for immediately realizing, oh wait, this woman's actually scared of it. Let me lock in. Yes, that's right. I'm a ghost. Come to think of it, for some reason, this girl is weirdly afraid of ghosts. I guess, specifically, if I had to hazard a guess, because we're probably going to get an explanation for it, but if I had to hazard a guess, the reason Osaragi's probably so unnerved by ghosts specifically isn't just because, you know, she was raised in the country, and ghost stories are usually a prominent thing, but also I assume it's because she's worried that the many people she slaughtered would probably come back and haunt her. And if they were ghosts, aka incorporeal, she could do nothing to stop them. But obviously, this presumably isn't going to work. Let's see. Long ago, you murdered me, and I'm back to haunt you. No. Oh, because she remembers all of them. You know, funnily enough, you know what that, well, to be fair, I'll see. If it's the she remembers all of them thing, there's a reference of, like, literally one of my favorite characters in fiction ever. That we're gonna get to in a second. If it is, she remembers every single person she's slain and watches out for them as ghosts. Let's see. No. Huh? Ghosts don't reflect in mirrors. Also, they don't have shadows. I'm not gonna do it because I would have to go so deep into the museum arc to actually hunt down that fight. No, I don't. Am I gonna do it? I'm not gonna do it because it'd be a whole mess of effects. But that makes me wonder, was Natsuki... So that means, obviously, there probably wasn't anything reflective around Natsuki when he showed up. But I'm guessing the light must have been, like, top down for him to not have a shadow either. Because you would think if Osaragi was able to differentiate between that... I thought the reason was, like, she remembers every single person she's slain. No, it may not be that. It's literally just signs here. That she's like, oh, well, you don't match ghost criteria. Had me for a second there because I'm seeing multiple. Let's see. Ghosts don't reflect in mirrors. They also don't have shadows. Ooh, interesting to shatter the mirror as a response, though. But shout out once again. You could argue also he's being nerfed by the poison, but this woman has a fantastic reaction speed to be able to completely weave Osaragi's like head swing. Very good. Eek! Don't worry, you're still alive, but now you're going to die. Okay, but what about the baby Osaragi? But what about the children, Osaragi? I know she doesn't care. Maybe doesn't have a name. This female character doesn't have a name. But still, regardless, what about the children, Osaragi? Think about them. Let's see. Or child. Now, you're gonna die. She's a monster. I mean, yeah. But at the same time, you're pretty monstrous too, lady. You're pretty like, the fact that you held your own against this monster as well as you did. Very, very good on you. Let's see. Oh, she got the baby. Turning Osaragi into a little horror movie monster is crazy, but hey, it works. She's a monster. This girl isn't normal. She's not human. I gotta get out. Oh! So she is. She's legit. You know what, though? She probably not get a name, but I like this chapter even more. I like this character even more, because that's just like me. Whenever, at least for me, whenever I encounter something and I'm like, this is an all loss scenario. There's no, like, if I look, here's the thing, because I at least I pride myself on being remotely rational in most cases. So if I look at a scenario and every single synapse firing my brain is like, this is not a quote unquote winnable scenario. We need to leave. That's the exact process. Look at that. I didn't even mean to say that. If it's an unwinnable scenario in terms of the main objective I went into this conversation or this instance or this event for, this even a moment in time, my brain will immediately go to, we need to leave. This is not, I gotta get out of here. Like, it is funny how the brain works like that. And I think sometimes, funnily enough that I mentioned that, you see it in reviews. Obviously, this is what I mean by it can go down to a moment. I'll say something, and if editing me doesn't edit out, because there's some bits that do get edited out, because I'm like, I just only want to leave remnants of that, don't want to leave the front or back of it, or heaven forbid the middle. That aside, whenever you see me go to commit to a bit, and I'm like, maybe not, and I just autocorrect and go away from it, that's that instinct to be like, something about this is going wrong. I don't really like it. Redo. But let's see. I've got to get out of here. The sooner I can get away from this monster, the better. The baby's gonna cry, isn't it? And allow Osaragi to find her. Then once again, very good for her to escape from Osaragi at all. Obviously, Osaragi's vision seems to be blurry, though. Let's take a look. Tap, tap. Hey, Osaragi. Why is she barefoot? How long has she been? Why do I not remember that? Why is she barefoot? I mean, shout out to the people who wanted the Osaragi toes, but, like, I don't remember why she's barefoot. Did she lose them last chapter? Why? I mean, like, maybe GOZU literally knocked the shoes off of her. Knocked out her socks, but I don't know. Let's see. Where are you? Don't notice me. Don't notice me. Don't notice me. What did I say? You know, though, I mean, what did you expect? You brought your baby with you. And like, notably, I've realized this, and to be fair, it is just like a proven part of human psychology. Babies, and children in general, but babies especially, they're really reactive to you and how you present yourself or how you are in certain scenarios, to the point where if you are stressed, they'll feel stressed, even though they're babies. They, unless in certain scenarios, they don't really have any reason to be stressed about literally anything. But that's the thing, right? And it's why typically whenever your kid does something a little bit unexpected that may seem like they got hurt, the proper reaction isn't to be like, oh no, baby, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? No, the proper reaction would be like, you good? Yeah. Okay. And you just keep pushing. Obviously not always. If your kid like landed on their head, my point is don't overreact. Especially for young kids. It doesn't matter. Male or female, young boys, young girls, whenever I've had to look after them because they're like, hey, Pencil, I need you to babysit and I need to babysit. Man, they will throw themselves off of couches. They will barrel roll into each other if there are multiple of them. Some of them will just fist fight. Mainly, that's kind of my fault though. We were watching Dragon Ball, but like still regardless, you don't overreact, because once you overreact, then they overreact. So now, of course, this lady feeling so stressed and being like, please don't fight me, please don't fight me. She's sweating, she's shaking. The baby feels that, and it's like, ah, because they're terrified too, because they can sense their mother, their caretaker, is terrified. Obviously, we've seen that this lady is able to make her baby lock in. She did do that 2 chapters ago, but in this moment where she's not even locked in, yeah, of course she's going to be radiating fear, and babies, ironically, can smell fear. Let's see. 2 chapters this week. 2 of the only chapters from the Sunday drop, because obviously JJK module is over and Kagurabachi's on break this week. 2 of the chapters this week have babies. Crying babies. This is the second time I had to voice a baby today. Huh, let's see. Fun. There you go, if you ever wanted to wonder. I don't know how many people do watch literally every single video other than your boy, but like, if you ever wondered what order videos are recorded in, there's an example. You know, Ichi the Witch got recorded before Sakamoto Days this time. It's not consistent though. Sometimes I review Sakamoto Days first, sometimes I review Ichi. It's always one of those 2 though. Let's see. Kagurabachi is always last. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why I do. I think it's because I know it's gonna be long. And then again, all my videos are long. That's a me problem. Let's see. Shh. Drip, drip. A consistent theme of dripping this chapter. First she drips the blood from her fingers, and now she's dripping water from presumably the bath. Let's see. Found you. Oh, did she get her saw back? Oh yeah, so she walked, grabbed her saw, and was like, "All right, time to run this fade real quick." Let's see. So boom, slashes. Darn, this is a really nice apartment though. You know, let's see how much space that is. But oh. I hope none of my baby cousins will try to slime me out like this. Oh, none of my baby cousins will try to slime me out like this. The baby after their mother perishes. Straight dome off. Decap. Decaf? No, decap. Legit starts going wee wee. But Ozaragi does leave the baby alone. Obviously, the baby didn't do anything. Well, the baby did blick her up. I'm honestly shocked Ozaragi didn't go for 2-run special. But that aside, that's it. I mean, maybe she's gonna join the Gozu fight again. But Mr. Shishiba, hold on, just a quick rest, and I'll be there. Interesting. She immediately goes into the fetal position. A lot of baby and maternal imagery with Ozaragi. But in particular, like I thought, lady didn't get a name. Unfortunately, Ozaragi has been forever. This is her second major fight against a female character that doesn't get a name. Geisha woman and now baby having woman. That's unfortunate. Those are like that's the thing. Funnily enough, there just weren't enough antagonists, I guess, for a character like, of Osaragi's narrative importance to actually get a name character. Even she should be getting Gozu, but like, yeah. Someone doesn't get a name, we'll never get a mention for her again. I doubt she'll even have a wiki page. But unfortunately, just like the Geisha woman, this is literally Osaragi's only, her presumable final narrative fight. I don't think the best chance she has is being involved in the Gozu beatdown, which I assume we're cutting to, because we're only halfway through the chapter. But let's see. Oh, yep, and here we are. Okay, fighting in midair. Seemingly, Shishiba has the upper hand. Oh, wait, no, looks like they neutralize here. But here, it looks like Shishiba's putting on the pressure, and Gozu's clanking, clashing every single hit. No lightning from Gozu, though. But then they both stutter back. Oh, wait a minute. Gozu actually got a slash? Okay, Gozu, I see you. Exclamation point. Oh, so we're actually seeing how one of these things works. Unironically, pretty rare. Like, I mean, we know Kumanomi's magnets are, like, on her hands, but still, insanely powerful. But looks like Gozu's very hard. Huh. Man, I need the Gozu build, bro. Look at the shoulder definition on that, man. Look at the shoulder. But regardless, interesting. An electric generator heart. Or, presumably, heart. Let's see. Pretty good effort, man. Must be hard to go to a public bath. I mean, yeah, you're not even allowed to. Funnily enough, I don't think I ever plan to get a tattoo. But that's convenient, because if I ever do go to Japan and want to do a public bath, I don't think I will. That always seems nasty to me. I don't really like the idea of a public bath, admittedly. But then again, I do go swimming in pools. I think I'm not made, but it doesn't really matter, because once you get into a pool, like, you're in a pool. Same with the ocean. I don't know. As much as I do love swimming, I do love water. I love being in water. It is really nasty when you think about it. Because, like, you can't tell someone farted underwater unless you're really paying attention to the water around you. And a lot of people just let it loose in the ocean. Some people even let it loose in pools, which I really hate. Really hate. Don't ever do that. Make me want to throw up. But regardless, must be able to go into a public bath. Surprisingly not. I just hide it with a towel. How? What towel you hide it with? You got your towel up to your chest or something, bro? How do you put it in? But hey, to be fair, he isn't tattooed anywhere, so I guess they would let him in. Surprisingly not. I decided with a towel. They altered my body back at Alkmaar. We did the operation on 9 of us, but only my body was compatible. Every day, I was terrified my body would reject the implants. Implants plural. I thought it was just one device. Interesting, though. So, electrically, I wonder, we know he needs to, like, recharge from external sources. So, that's intriguing. I'm assuming this just acts as a conduit and an amplifier, probably for some of his body's own innate electricity. As you do know, we're all run on electrical signals. Like, every single one of these motions, even the very movement of my mouth and the contraction and relaxation of my vocal cords, all of that is just electrical signals being sent from my brain to the rest of my body in order to make sure that everything functions properly. And it's also very interesting when you run into, like, commands your brain can't do, like the electrical signals kind of get confused. Like, this is easy for me to do, but like this is a struggle. Like, I can't. What's a good example? This isn't a good example. Like, just rolling my wrists is one thing. I think rolling them in a circle like this is fine, but then if I try to roll this one left and roll this one right, no, there's some complex, there's some like hand motion thing that I can't really do because, like, I don't know, my signals get crossed. But for Gozu, it may literally be all of his signals directly feed into this thing, and then he's able to release them. Let's see. Every day I was terrified my body would reject the implants. I don't know how many times I cursed my life for those horrific days at Alkmaar. Now, we're fighting to reclaim our lives. The lives that Jay stole from me and my pals. Stay out of our way. See? Gozu. And, like, I guess I could really, like, skip through Gozu and go straight to Suzuki-sensei, but in this case, I'll just Gozu. Man, I wish you were more of a character. I wish you had more than just hype moments, aura, and a cool power. Man, I wish we got to see you interact with any of these supposed friends, dude. Who did we see him interact with? We saw him diss Kumanomi and then talk smack to Uzuki. That's it. By the time Gozu introduces into the narrative, Hamoto's dead. Gaku's dead. What other Alkmaar kids are there? I really don't even remember. Like legit, the Alkmaar concept is intriguing on its face, but like, Gozu, you don't have a dynamic with any of these people. Gozu, I don't even really know who you are. Thanks for the lore drop, buddy. That's it. Like seriously, man. I don't know. Gozu, admittedly, unlike other certain characters of this new batch of the last third of the manga, so we can actually have some filler antagonists for a final war, Gozu at least did get a name, but he really still isn't much of a character. I feel like in this instant, I should probably be feeling more for this declaration of Gozu. Maybe not too much, because he still is an evil antagonist man, but I should feel something for him. But I don't feel anything at all. Because Gozu's not, like, it's funny, obviously, no one in this manga is real because it's a manga, but Gozu he hasn't had the time, or in his time, he hasn't had the fleshed out character establishment for this to mean literally anything to me other than, oh, cool story, bro. I know you're gonna fumble, though. Plot twist, you think you're like that. Oh, no, she's gonna one-tap you. Well, not one-tap, obviously, but let's say, stay out of our way. I don't even know what he's grabbing there. But it's ka-clanking. It's ka-shranking. Let's see. Crackle. Okay. Lightning. Oh. Okay, I'm not sure what he grabbed there. Oh, he grabbed a swing. Oh, I didn't realize they ended up on the playground. Alright, that's neat. That's neat. I like that. He grabs a swing. Seemingly electrifies it, breaks it off, and then turns it. That's cool. I like that. He turns the swing into an extended electrical chain whip. That's cool. I like that. So Gozu, like I mentioned, you may not be much of a character dog, but you do benefit. You do benefit from a quality serving of the hype moments in Aura. A very quality, very meaty, very healthy serving of hype moments in Aura. Let's see. Crackle. Even Shishi was like, why? Why can you do this? Let's see. So he goes in for the swing. Shishiba. I'm not sure if Gozu missed here or Shishiba weaved. Maybe, because it looks like it may be a mix of both. Maybe Gozu nearly got really close, but then whiffed, and then Shishiba just barely dodged it. Let's see. Ooh! Interesting. Alright, so Shishiba, that's smart though. That's smart on Gozu's end, right? It seems like Shishiba did swap out his hammer, so they aren't as easily electrifiable as before. But the issue is Shishiba couldn't do that for his body, right? You're not going to swap out your regular heart for your electricity-proof heart. Like, you can't do that. Your body will still be affected by the electricity. And it looks like this hit did seemingly land for Shishiba to be, 1, knocked back, and 2, electrocuted like this. So that's very interesting. But I guess the question is, like, should Shishiba overcome this on his own, or should Osaragi help him? I think if... I think this is fine to be a 1v1. Let's say. Ugh. Sometimes I wonder. Maybe there's some... Oh, good. We're seeing the other side of this conversation. Maybe I wonder. Sometimes I wonder. Maybe there's some other life out there for you. Am I bad at killing? That's not what I'm saying. Truth be told, Osaragi, I'm the one who wants to... there it is. I mean, it's kind of been implied, but there it is. Final confirmation in his own head. I'm the one who wants to quit the assassin business. Okay. And then Gozu, I like that though. He doesn't even have proper time to think or reflect, because Gozu's immediately coming in to put 5 claws directly into his dome. Let's see. I'm the one who wants to quit the assassin business. Oh. Alright. And we're immediately getting into a flashback. Oh, I suppose the chapter is called Reason. That makes sense. Let's see. Taking out scumbags didn't stress me out. But at some point, I started to sense that all the killing was going nowhere. We kill and we kill, and there's no end to it. More evil just bubbles up to the surface to replace it. Does that mean the world gets any safer? What is order, anyway? What does what we do change anything? That is it is truly a complicated idea, right? It is funny what we define as order. Some people, like, especially if you look at, like, the broader structures of things, some people would look at the things that we do and define them all as pure chaos, right? There is nothing there. But at the same time, there are many people who would look at the order we've established and be like, that is also chaos. There is no logic, there's no meaning behind it. And it, as Shishiba says, it doesn't really change anything. Obviously, it does change people's lives in the short run. People directly impacted by those things, or by the end of the things that were. What's the word I'm looking for? What is order anyway? Will we do change anything? Essentially, they are changing things by slaughter in their way because of that person not being able to exist anymore, but they are causing a short-range cascade domino effect, which will be filled pretty quickly. That's it. What am I battling for? Or am I just a pawn of the JA? When I break, there. When I break it, they discard me. Wait, no. When I break, they discard me. Not that it matters. So Shishiba, he's having a little crisis moment, but he's having a crisis of like, man, who am I? What am I? How am I? Oop. But he does not want to be Osaragi. Leave Osaragi alone. Osaragi is the reason. Yep. So Osaragi, I'm sorry. I'm so raw. I can't do it. I'm so sorry for anyone who didn't ship these two, because clearly they're each other's main motivation. And I do like this. This is a good mirror to last chapter where I was like, I feel like Osaragi's riding Shishiba's meat a little bit too much. Let's see. Goes to swings, gets blocked. Huh? Oh yeah? Let's see. I can't die. If you're a first-class assassin, you should know by now. You stand no chance of defeating me. Oh. I got a real handful of a subordinate I gotta take care of. Yeah, you take care of her, Shishiba. The door's open and the light's on. And a camera going 24/7. I'm kidding. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't like that. I'll leave that in, but like, that was a little weird. Let's see. Don't go off all alone. Take me with you. Oh wait, no. Don't go off all alone. Take me with you. Even if I tell you to stay away, you will always come back. Talking about Yotsumura. Well, actually, that's crazy. First Yotsumura drawing him what feels like forever. Let's see. If Osaragi's gonna turn up, I gotta at least live until she does. Oh, darn! Okay. Yeah, Gozu, I'm sorry, brother. Sorry about getting diffed. Let's see. Fiend! Gozu, was it? Hang with me a little longer. Why don't you go recharge somewhere first? Okay. I mean, it is obviously the flashback power-up. That's pretty standard, but a pretty fine, pretty solid standard. It's pretty solid chapter of Sakamoto Days. I give the chapter 6 out of 10. Maybe like, whoa, isn't that failing? Yeah, legally speaking. But no, I think that is worthy. I feel like anything below like a 5 probably isn't worthy. But I'll give it the worthiness. It's a nice wrap-up for Osaragi, even if it is just playing into kind of like established tropes that's been part of her character for a while. But that's a way to conclude a character. Finish her off in a very clean and concise way. Then, of course, we have the mother. Once again, I'm a little disappointed she didn't get a name or anything, and ultimately her resorting to running away from Osaragi instead of fighting her is really, really unfortunate, but still, fine enough. She did her role. She was the final Osaragi opponent, and obviously Osaragi only fights kids and bums, so she had to fight a bum with a kid. So then finally, Shishiba versus Gozu. Gozu establishing his backstory. I've already kind of mentioned how I feel like this would hit way more if I actually knew who Gozu was as a person outside of his awesome design and awesome abilities, but unfortunately all he has is hype moments and aura, so I literally have nothing for him. But womp, bro. You kind of contradict yourself every 2 seconds. But finally, Shishiba himself getting a cool power-up here at the end to immediately annihilate Gozu's hammers, or not Gozu's hammers, Gozu's claws, is good. It's overall good. So, if you made it all the way in this video, please do me a favor and leave Shatterstar. Let's go with that. Not God-shattering star. Shatterstar in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Be sure that little notification so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also going to have a Patreon below. You support me for as low as $1. Get them on a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. Also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Those perks include your name at the end of every single video. If you're a $3 member or a $3 patron or higher, you can see the link. Or no, you will get your name linked at the end of every single video, not just on the main channel, but on the second channel, that called livereaction, link to the description down below, along with ad-free versions of all my videos. And I do have my Twitch in the description down below, that got the controller. Feel free to roll through. I stream every Friday, 8 p.m. ES Tizzle. And finally, we have our, realistically, what is left? That's a good point. But regardless, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dago the Pencil, writing off. Alright, lady, give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Buddha Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, the Boy, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Tim Thomas, Kaving, ORXN, Logan Guzman, Dead Mean, Keon Stewart, Donovan McIntosh, BNA DNA, Edwin Igbinoba, Straw, and Tavius Mitchell. Superflame Zero, Weary Exile, Alex Kenny, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Jagoda, Plant Crone, Blast, Brandon Payne, Black Sage, Multi-Batman Superman, Salims, Joe Bean, Sleepin' John, The Young Family Pastel Pandora, Mo City King DKG, Andrin Bonnet, Akulari Baba Tunde, at JDog2656, Union Eye, Marisol Boyd, Funny Dude, Athenzi Shear, Magic, Sino King, Sheesh King, Aswin Hedi Presetia, JMB KD, CCC, Enzo, Kitty Liddy, Gerald Harris, Dino, and Victor Jacobs. Then, a big thank you to our line art tier patrons: A+A, Dured Zoen, Kevin Encarnacion, Lil Kodo, Midnight Lord 21, and Sean. Then, lady, thank you to our ink tier members: Shrimpo the 4th Shrimp 06. Then, lady, thank you to our digital art tier members: J Warrior and AZ Void. And lady, a final thank you to our colored art tier patrons: Walking Minoz, and Ernesto 430.